Welcome to our third session on our hospitality mini-series. I'm Lynn Johnson and I'm so excited to welcome you. This is just 10 minutes long, so hold on. We've got a lot that we've got to fit in. Remember that as you get ideas, type them into the comments field and I'd love to hear your answers and hear what you have to say. We are spending the next 10 days, in fact the next 7 days after today, looking at just some of the very best hospitality tips that I have. Now I have to tell you, this is quite a challenge because I teach a week-long hospitality seminar in the south of France. I've also taught one in South Africa. I do day-long seminars and my blog is filled with all sorts of information. So trying to cut this down to just 10 minutes is a real challenge, but we're going to do our best. So our first hospitality tip, or as I call it, Heartistry tip, was the fact that we need to learn as we go. Sometimes we just wait and we don't want to actually start because we think we need to just get a whole lot more information. And yet in actual fact, action activates the heart. So you can just type in the comments, action activates the heart, and learn as you go. It's good to put them in there because it actually gets it into your head, and I hope at the end you're going to have all 10 of those tips down. So action activates the heart and we learn as we go. Our second tip was to start small, and we talked about this yesterday. Sometimes we think we need to do some massive big activity when in actual fact we can just start small. So yesterday I told you the story about Edith Schaefer, and back during the Depression how she would serve hobos with a tray, and she didn't just give them a cup of soup and a sandwich. She put the tray cloth on, added the little candle, put a little sprig of ivy and some little flower from her garden, and she actually showed that the person had value. And we touched on the golden and silver thread. So I just want to talk about this again today. So this is something that I think if we capture this, it really will help us as we practice hospitality. The golden thread is this big, thick thread that has to do with the heart of hospitality. It has to do with just stopping to have time to spend with somebody. Just today, I was in the midst of preparing for what's going on today and tomorrow, and I got a call from a young woman who was a bit distraught and needed to spend some time with me. And it was a joy for me to actually stop and go and spend time with her. This is what the golden thread is about, actually being able to take some time and say, yes, I do want to live generously. I do want to open my heart. I do want to open my home. The silver thread, these are the little touches of beauty and creativity. As Edith put the little stub of a candle, she added the flowers. And it's this beauty and creativity that says, you have enough value for me to take some extra time and care to actually show that to you. You have enough value that I'm going to actually add the little touches of beauty and creativity that just make our hearts feel so much better, and somebody knows, wow, she's caring for me, and this is what she's done. But if the silver thread becomes bigger than the gold thread, if the silver thread suddenly, and it's all about beauty and creativity and just having some spectacular show, we lose the heart of it. And sometimes, I'm sure many of you have experienced this, where you go to somebody's home and there's this magnificent spread and delicious food and a beautiful table, but the person is so nervous and so uptight and so exhausted that you can't even really enjoy the evening, because in trying to make the silver thread happen, the gold thread got completely forgotten. So just type in the comments there, golden and silver thread, and remember these two. Now, our tip for today is, tip number 3. And what we're looking at, tip number 3, is bless, not impress. bless, not impress. So put this down in the comments, bless, not impress. And I've worn my apron, which you're going to see in a little bit, because it's got bless, not impress on it. And this is our motto, really, for what we do at Heartistry. Bless, not impress. So I want to just talk for a minute about the difference between hospitality and entertaining. Now, I know some of this can be semantics, and people might just use them interchangeably. But when I think about hospitality, I think about caring for the other person. This is about you. This is about making you feel comfortable. This is about making the guest feel at home. This is a focus on blessing the guest. When we think about entertaining, at times it's about me. And it's either me on the positive side, like, oh, I can't wait to show off how good I am at from my latest cooking course, or my beautiful dishes, or my lovely house, or my fancy decor, and I want to show it off. And the focus is about people seeing how well I've done. Or it's the same thing, it's about me, but it's flipped around, and it's me feeling insecure, and it's me saying, oh, I don't want people to come because I'm not good enough. My place is not good enough. My food's not good enough. I only have 4 plates and they don't even match. Why would I want to have people? But it's all about me. So true heart hospitality, what I call heartistry, is really about the other person. It's about blessing them and not trying to impress them. I encourage you to go over to heartistry.info and read on the blog where we've written more about this and I've shared more about this, because this is really the heart of what we do. I encourage you to sign up for our newsletters if you haven't done so already, so that you can actually get the notifications of what's going on and be able to see. Last night I learned a new skill. I learned how to use iMovie in a very, very limited way, and I put up the videos, the first 2 videos, up on our YouTube channel, our Heartistry YouTube channel. So if you know anybody that would like to watch them and missed out, go on up there and have a look, because we want to learn together. So when we talk about starting small, one of the things I said was plan to do something. So if you've made a plan to invite somebody around, whether it's just for tea, for coffee, or a meal, why don't you just tell me that in the comment section? Say, I'm planned to invite somebody over. And if you haven't yet planned to do it, say, I'm planning to do it. Because we know that the purpose of this is not just to get head knowledge, but for us actually to move towards action. That being said, I'm going to now pick up my phone intentionally. It dropped the first time, and I'm going to take you over to see my table. Now, it's in process at the moment, because tomorrow morning I'm going to have some people for tea. And the reason is that tomorrow is Heartistry's 3rd birthday. Yay! Happy birthday, Heartistry. You can wish me tomorrow when you actually come onto the call. And so I've set the table, because later we're going to get the tip on the more before, the less the stress. And so being able to actually get it ready is a good idea. So here it is behind me, and I'm prepping, and I'm going to just switch it around so that I can show you, if I can see where the switch around button is. There it is. I'm going to show you my the first preparations of my table. And so I've still got quite a bit to do, i.e. I have to bake all the food. And those of you that know me know I'd much rather have fun setting the table than actually baking. But I've got some fun things I'm going to make. And I'm going to take some photos step by step, and I will put them on the heartistry.info blog so that you can see them. But I want to show you just how one can take just very simple things and actually make something pretty. So this is the start of it. And just to give you a little giggle, I travel a lot, and whenever I'm traveling, I ask for a gin and tonic. I don't normally drink much of the gin, but I bring the bottles home. Aren't they cute? And this way I was able to actually spread a whole bunch of flowers into a very cute flower arrangement. And the herbs, I just actually stepped outside in my garden, which is not much of a garden because we have some incredible drought here in Cape Town, but I do have a little pot of herbs and I added them in. Now these flowers are not going to stay right here, they're going to be spread out on the table. So have a look at the heartistry.info blog tomorrow, and along with pictures of the actual birthday cake and I'll show you some more photos of how this table ended up. But thank you very much for joining us, and I'm delighted to be able to share this with you. So let's remember that it really is about blessing and not just impressing. And that way we can really make a difference. Please share this. As soon as I've finished speaking, you'll be able to just share it on your Facebook, encourage your friends to come, and come and join us again tomorrow as we get tip number 4 in our hospitality series. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.